Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked where I climb the online doubles ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We only have a couple of days left of the Battle Stadium doubles format until we switch over to the VGC 2020 rule set, so I think for the next couple of days, I'm just going to cycle through teams every 2 episodes or so just to try out some new strategies because there have been a lot of cool rental teams that have been made. And then once we switch over to VGC 2020 rules, I'll hopefully have my first team ready for that as soon as the rule set switches over in-game. So really excited to try out a bunch of cool things. There have been a lot of really awesome rental teams that have been available, and this is one that I want to try out today. This was built by a Japanese player called WestGleen. He was able to get, I think, like top 50 on the ladder with this team, and it's a really cool Hail team, as you can see in the screen. Hail is actually one of my favorite strategies, going all the way back to VGC 2009. You know, like some of the teams I used earlier on were like Hail Room, where you had like Abomasnow, Slowking / Slowbro, and then Glaceon. So this team doesn't have a Glaceon, unfortunately, but it's got a lot of cool stuff. I mean, first of all, Abomasnow, Jellicent, Rotom, a really cool core for Hail, but then it also has Choice Specs Flygon, which I think is a really interesting pick, and actually a pretty solid one, because Flygon outspeeds a lot of the metagame and a lot of things that are pretty common. So excited to try that out. I've actually never used Flygon in any of my years of playing VGC, so yeah, it's an interesting team for sure, mainly because there isn't too much speed control outside of Trick Room on Jellicent, but a lot of the Pokemon are pretty speedy, like Choice Scarf Rotom and the Specs Flygon as well. So excited to see how this team ends up working out. Go follow the creator of this team if you're interested in Twitter in the description below, and he also has a YouTube channel, so I'll link that in the description below. So thank you to WestGleen for publishing this team, and I am really excited to try it out. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Let's just jump into the first game today. Alright, as we look for our first opponent of the day, you know, because I've been using rental teams lately, sometimes people ask me what the EV spreads are, and so I think going in the future, I will try to post a Pokepaste with the EV spread so that it's in Showdown export form. The thing when you use rental teams is obviously you can't like have the EV spreads immediately from the game, but you can reverse engineer them where you just plug in the stats on Showdown, and then you'll basically be able to get the spreads from that. So I'll try to do that going in the future, so I'll link that in the description below as well as the actual rental code team. And once again, thank you to WestGleen for creating and providing this team. Really excited to try it out. I think it's definitely got a lot of fun stuff on the team in general, and I haven't really played a Hail team at all, or really gone up against one either this year. So yeah, let's jump into it. As always, if you guys enjoy, please show support by leaving a like in the video. I'd really appreciate it, and let's get this episode started. So, wow, first game, and we're actually up against another kind of weather-related team with Pelipper and Ludicolo. So, the tricky thing here is that we don't have... Well, first of all, the Ferrothorn's a major problem, so I think we're probably going to want at least Conkeldurr, but maybe both Conkeldurr and Flygon. Which is... Who would have thought I'd ever be in a world where I'd say, let's bring Flygon. Now, we can have weather control potentially. Like, one thing I can do is potentially lead Rotom, and not lead Abomasnow, and then just switch into Abomasnow turn 1. Rotom's actually not bad against the majority of my opponent's entire team. I've also got Volt Switch, so I can switch out immediately. This is my first time playing with this team, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, all the Pokemon are decent here, to be honest. I kind of want to bring Jellicent for Trick Room, but like I don't think that's really that good. I need something really to beat the Corviknight. I kind of like Duraludon Rotom because this is max speed life from Duraludon, so if my opponent doesn't have max speed, I should just be able to outspeed it and KO it. Abomasnow, and I'm leaning more towards Conkeldurr here for the Ferrothorn matchup. I really want to bring Flygon though, but let's go with this mode for this game. I'll try to bring Flygon another one. It's just tougher because my opponent has the Darmanitan, the Ludicolo, and probably Tailwind on at least one of Pelipper and Corviknight, if not both. So, yeah, first time playing with this team. So this is Life Orb Duraludon, and it's max special attack, max speed. So against any opposing Duraludons, the Draco should just get the KO. As long as... We have to worry about Scarf Duraludon, obviously. That's always a concern. So it's going to be Ludicolo and Darmanitan, okay. Against Rotom and Duraludon. So let's see. I could just Volt Switch. I don't know who this team prefers to Dynamax either. That's always like an interesting component. But I kind of want to Dynamax the Duraludon immediately, to be honest. I'm not sure I really need to Dynamax anything else in the back. I think Duraludon's probably a pretty good Pokemon to Dynamax in this game, yeah. So I kind of want to Volt Switch the Ludi Dynamax and just go for a Steel Spike into the Darmanitan, yeah. by Dynamaxing, like, Ludicolo doesn't really do too much against the Duraludon, and, I mean, I think certainly the Darmanitan could be Scarfed here, could go for a Flare Blitz, which I guess is scary, but because it's physical, shouldn't be able to do too much Duraludon. This is not bulky Duraludon, though, which is part of the problem, but I kind of like Dynamaxing here. My opponent doesn't switch out, so if there's no Fake Out coming out, Rotom should just get a free Volt Switch off. Let's see. Alright, Fake Out does come out, though, into Rotom. Okay. And it's a Life Orb Ludi. Oh, interesting. Yep, there's Flare Blitz. Maybe a double up then? Yeah. I'm okay with that. To trade Darmanitan, I think for Rotom is actually not a bad trade here for us. Unfortunately, we don't get very much off with Rotom, but that's fine. I mean, there wasn't much we could have done there. Like, no matter who we switch into, unless we had Jellicent in the back, that was going to get destroyed, and otherwise the play is to Dynamax Rotom, but that's probably Scarfed Darmanitan, so it would have just Flare Blitzed us for KO anyway. So, I think that's an alright trade, to be honest. So the question is who I want to bring in now. I could just hard bring in Abomasnow, because if my opponent brings in Pelipper, we'll just have Weather Control. Otherwise the answer is Conkeldurr. I mean, I could go in and Conkeldurr and hard switch into Abomasnow, but I actually don't mind bringing in Abomasnow outright here, I think, because it doesn't... And my opponent brings in Ferrothorn, okay? So, that was a good play. I'm assuming, however, that my opponent's last one is going to be the Pelipper. And because Ludi is Life Orb Fake Out, I don't think it'll have Protect, so all we need to do is knock that out, switch out, and conserve the Conkeldurr, basically. Because that will win us this game. I'm leaning towards Protect this turn and Max Warmwinding Ludicolo. Alternatively, I can just Blizzard. But I like Protecting here because I'm not a super big threat. I mean, Ludi could Dynamax, I guess, and go for an attack, but I don't think it really threatens the Duraludon too much. But I think, actually, I'm more content to just Blizzard and Steel Spike because I could definitely see Ludi switching into Pelipper here. No, it's going to Dynamax instead. Or something's Dynamaxing here, let's see. The goal is to have a 1v1 with Conkeldurr versus Ferrothorn, though, so we just need to knock out everything around the Ferrothorn. And the good thing with Max Wormwind is... Oh, Ferrothorn's Dynamax, interesting. So it will actually raise its defense, which is actually really smart. I did not expect that. And by not bringing Flygon, I don't have a way to just hit it for, like, super effective. Or, like, Flamethrower. And it actually has Protect! Wow, I really didn't anticipate that. So Fake Out and Protect. It's not too common, I'd say. Did I time out? I did not mean to Steel Spike, I meant to Wormwind. Okay. Or did I just click Steel Spike? That's totally my bad. Okay. Well, let's see how much Blizzard does to Ferrothorn here. It ends up actually being alright because we get a defense boost, which actually I guess in this case is better, as Blizzard really does nothing. And it's going to be a Steel Spike from the Ferrothorn, yeah. Yeah, that hurts. Okay, yeah, I really didn't think Ludi would have Protect there. But I guess we got bailed out a little bit because I went for Steel Spike instead of the Wormwind, which I meant to. I think I just clicked buttons without paying attention. Can a Steel Spike knock us out? That first one did, what, 126? So, divided by 4. I think we should survive one, so I think I actually want to Protect here. And go for the Max Wormwind. Yeah. The Ferrothorn's going to be okay. Ludi does end up switching out, so that's what I expected last turn. It is Pelipper, okay. So the thing is, if we knock out Pelipper, Conkeldurr is not in a bad spot, but then it's Conkeldurr versus potentially +3 defense Ferrothorn, which is kind of ugly. Yeah. Okay, so we'll Max Wormwind here. This should bring it down to its Sash. Yep. And, yeah, I mean, Ferrothorn, I guess, won't be doing much damage. And it also really can't touch Duraludon, but I guess Duraludon really doesn't do much in return. We'd have to just keep clicking Flash Cannon, Drain Punch. He's got Max Knuckle. Interesting. Okay, that does not KO us. That's good. I think Max Knuckling is better to see there because it's not going to do very much against Conkeldurr damage-wise anyway, and because I'm lowering its attack, like, that's totally fine. So, I don't mind that. The downside is, of course, my Dynamax is over now. Pelipper probably protects here. but I think I'll still just Ice Shard. I mean, Ferrothorn probably Steel Spikes or Max Knuckles Abomasnow here, I think. I could switch out. I guess switching out doesn't seem terrible, because then I'll control the weather, and then I'll have Hail back up in my favor, which could help. So I'll switch out, and then just go for a Flash Cannon into Pelipper. Yeah. I don't want to reveal Thunderbolt yet. I'm anticipating Ferrothorn just targeting the Conkeldurr slot, Pelipper protecting here. No, it doesn't protect. Oh, interesting. That's even better then. Okay. Nice. I think we can win against this Ferrothorn even though we didn't bring Flygon. I'm expecting Steel Spike or Knuckle. It ends up going for Knuckle. Okay, that's fine. It's not going to do too much. And it targets the Duraludon too. Okay. So let's see. Now Ferrothorn's at +1 attack and +1 defense, but that's still not too bad. Dynamax ends here. Ludi comes out. It's probably got Scald or Hydro Pump / a Grass type attack. So the question is, who does it target here? I also don't know how fast it is, because this is max speed Duraludon, so Duraludon might be able to just outspeed it if I change the weather. But we could see a Fake Out go into that slot. But if a Fake Out comes out, then that's fine, right? Like, that's not really doing too much to me. I just need to win with Conkeldurr at this point, I think. So I'm just going to switch out into Abomasnow and Draco Meteor, the Ludi. Because I think Conkeldurr should win 1v1 against Pharaoh, even though it's got +1 attack and defense. Because we're healing back every turn with Drain Punch. I wonder what set it is, though. That might be Assault Vested if you're running Max Knuckle as well. Okay, so Abomasnow's out. We change the weather. Let's see if a Fake Out comes out. Or a Protect. No Fake Out. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay, great. Yeah. So this max speed Duraludon's really cool, and you can see how like the speed mechanics work with weather now. So yeah, having Hail was really good for us here. Good crit there, but I don't think that Ludi was surviving anyway. Nice. Pretty solid game overall, other than me botching. We got lucky because we ended up Steel Spiking there anyway, but botching the turn. And here's Body Press against Ferrothorn. Or from Ferrothorn. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so Body Press, probably Gyro Ball. I mean, that means it's either not running Leech Seed or Protect, and both of those are pretty good pieces of news for me. I'm pretty sure, given that it doesn't have leftovers either, it is Assault Vested. Especially because, yeah, that initial Blizzard didn't do very much at all, did it? So, I guess we'll find out here, but I don't think this Ferrothorn should be able to win at this point, because we should just be able to overwhelm it with offense. I thought it would have been maybe better for my opponent to just keep going for Steel Spikes with Ferrothorn instead of going for the attack boosts. That Blizzard did more than I think, you know, AV1 would take. But we end up getting the win. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I really wanted to bring Flygon into this game, but the thing is that it just gets outsped by Ludi in Rain, and if it's Assault Vest Ludi, I don't really do very much damage to it, even with the specs. So I didn't want to bring Flygon into this, and I think, like, Jellicent could, like, maybe make some sense, but I definitely needed answers against the Corviknight, so I really needed Rotom and Duraludon, I think, whereas, like, I can kind of get swept by Corviknight if I just... I guess the Conkeldurr does have Thunder Punch, but Brave Bird still really chunks a lot, and, like, Blizzard and from Abomasnow and Jellicent's not really doing much, but yeah, that was a really fun game. Did not expect to go up against a Rain team for the first time with this team, but yeah. I think this team, like, this format is just really cool because it allows you to build so many different strategies, and yeah, for this Hail team, I think the original player ended up getting like 37th on the ladder with it, so it's really cool to see so many Pokemon being used. So hopefully we get to feature Flygon. If not today, then hopefully tomorrow. I will definitely try to have at least one episode with it, and yeah, like I said, because we're wrapping up this format, really just going to cycle through, I think, a couple of rental teams, and then once VGC 2020 rolls around, hopefully I'll have a few teams built in game to cycle through for the first like 2 or 3 weeks, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, thank you guys as always for watching. It's really been a blast doing these videos for the last month, and it just means a lot that so many people are interested in watching Road to Ranked and watching competitive Pokemon. So thank you guys. I'm super stoked for the next couple of months for VGC, both as a competitor and as a commentator. So let's just look for our next opponent today. Alright, next opponent of the day, we are going to find Andrea in the 4000s. Let's see if we can break into the top 50 with the win here. Okay, relatively standard team, I'd say. kind of these, you know, Whimsicott, Moldbreaker, Excadrill teams running around. Surprised not to see a Togekiss, but Milotic definitely a good pick. One I think that is still kind of underused in the format. So let's see, we don't have Tailwind to match Whimsicott's Tailwind, so we might need to bring Jellicent in this game to set up Trick Room. Flygon's actually really tempting here. But I have to worry about beat up Whimsicott into our Justified Arcanine as well, which is not fun. Kind of thinking about leading Flygon and Jellicent. Because Flygon does really well against Duraludon, Excadrill, and Arcanine. I just think surely my opponent leads the Whimsicott. And I could just go like Abomasnow, Rotom. Ah, this is tough. I like all my Pokemon so much in this matchup. I think I'll go Flygon though. Flygon, Jelly. Definitely want Abomasnow. Duraludon's so good offensively against that entire team, but so is Conkeldurr, especially with the Assault Vest. I'll bring Conkeldurr, but this is a match where I think all my Pokemon are really good, and I'm not sure I chose the best combination, and that's just from lack of experience. But I wanted to feature Flygon as well, so even if we lose this, at least Flygon makes an appearance today. The logic behind Flygon is it outspeed the Arcanine, so let's say my opponent leads Whimsicott, Arcanine. Oh, I guess Whimsicott Moonblast might just knock out Flygon, actually. Whimsicott Excadrill, okay. But the thing is, now you have to put on pressure against the Flygon, right? And it's Moldbreaker, which isn't surprising. I mean, maybe I do set up Trick Room in this game. Huh. I could Dynamax Flygon. I'm actually really thinking about Dynamaxing Flygon here. To survive a potential Moonblast. Dynamax Flygon and I guess Max Quake. The Excadrill and Trick Room. This actually, this might seem silly, but I think I actually kind of like it. Okay, let's see. Alright, Flygon makes its first appearance. The thing about Dynamaxing is I don't get the extra damage output, and I think Specs Earth Power does more than Max Quick does. But we'll see. With Moldbreaker, it's also very likely AV. Could be Sash or Life Orb as well, but this is mainly to potentially survive an attack from the Whimsicott. Best case scenario here is Whimsicott Tailwinds for whatever reason. And Excadrill looks like it is going to Dynamax here, which isn't too surprising, but I don't mind that. Ideally, we set up Trick Room, get Conkeldurr and Abomasnow, and just start clicking Blizzard. So the first question is there going to be a Tailwind coming out? Excadrill actually shouldn't really put on too much pressure against the Jellicent here, which is good for us. So let's see. Are we going to see a Moonblast? Yep. So I think we should take that now. Oh, easily. Yeah, okay. Nice. Ah, that's annoying. Especially because I assume this is AV Excadrill, so we need all the damage output we can get against it. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. It's not terrible though, but yeah, if we hit that, then I think Excadrill's probably in KO range from a Hydro Pump, whereas I'm not sure it is now. Was gonna be a double up onto Flygon with the Steel Spike, okay. So that ends up getting the KO anyway. Maybe we just survive Moonblast initially. But that's fine. Because now what we can do is just bring out Abomasnow, and we get Trick Room up now, right? So I guess the question is whether the Whimsicott actually has Encore. Like, so many Whimsicotts have not. Oh, it's actually Life Orb, too. Yeah, the special attack drop was definitely unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. The downside is we don't really have full advantage of Dynamax this game, but you can't really do much about that. Yeah, I mean, here I am worried about a potential Encore from the Whimsicott. So the question is whether I should play around it and maybe protect Abomasnow this turn and swap out Jellicent into Conkeldurr. How likely is it that it has Encore? It's hard to say for sure. Yeah, I think I need to play around Encore because right now, if my opponent has it, then I'm going to be in a really tough spot. And the Trick Room just reverses, right? And then Excadrill just targets Abomasnow, and then I can't really do much after that. So I have to play around Encore, I think, here. I'll be really happy to see if my opponent goes for it, because then I can just go Abomasnow Conkeldurr and just overwhelm with offense these next couple of turns. Okay, so both Pokemon are staying in. Let's see. Okay, Excadrill max guards, which is always a good start. Means it's not doing anything this turn. A Safeguard comes out. Oh. Okay, was not expecting that. Kind of annoying because I could have just attacked with both Pokemon, but that's fine because now I can just Blizzard Drain Punch. And my opponent's committed, I don't think, actually, I mean, by protecting there, actually, that's also kind of reckless because if Whimsicott has Encore, I can just Encore the Protect. So I should have actually just probably attacked there with both Pokemon. But now at least Trick Room will be up for 3 more turns, right? So I can just Drain Punch, Excadrill, Blizzard. And if it's Safeguarding there, I really don't think it has Encore. Moonblast, Tailwind, Safeguard, and probably something like Energy Balls. Excadrill switches out. Okay. Let's see what comes out. Maybe Arcanine? Yep. Also could be beat up on the Whimsicott. Okay, so we should knock out Whimsicott this turn with Blizzard and chunk Arcanine to probably around 60 to 50%. Yep, okay, it doesn't look like there is an Encore coming out, and that is still really good damage with Drain Punch, nice. If it doesn't have Citrus Berry, Blizzard might put it in KO range from another Drain Punch. So that should knock out Whimsicott, I think, right? Yeah, very nice. And with Hail, yeah, Arcanine might just be in KO range from a Drain Punch. Nice, 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 nice. Jellicent's great late game insurance against this Arcanine as well. We have Assault Vest. We still have 2 turns of Trick Room, I believe. So not in a bad spot right now for sure. Let's see what comes out. This team is really fun. I'm sad Flygon didn't get to do more in that first turn. Like if we don't get the special attack drop, then I think the Excadrill is probably just in KO range from really any attack. Especially Mach Punch from Conkeldurr though. As my Lode comes out. That is good to see too. Just double check. We have 2 turns of Trick Room left. That first Drain Punch definitely would knock out Arcanine, I think, so I think this is pretty safe to just Leaf Storm my Lodic and Drain Punch the Arcanine, to be honest. I think Arcanine probably protects here, but it is still the bigger threat to my Abomasnow, and Abomasnow will win 1v1 against my Lodic. So basically, to win this game now, we knocked out everything around my Lodic, and then be in a position where a double up should KO it, like Leaf Storm plus Thunder Punch. I guess the downside here is if Drain Punch doesn't knock out Arcanine, but that first one looks like it did enough. So, let's see. And my Lodic's protecting. But that's good, because it means we can double up onto that slot next turn. And no protect from Arcanine, perfect. So I assume this KOs. Beautiful. Nice, this AV Conkeldurr, so this is Iron Fist, it's not Guts, which could be scary in the late game against my Lodic if it burns us, but right now we have full pressure. And we could actually probably set up another Trick Room in this game, which is really hype too. Because my opponent doesn't have enough offense to deal with Jellicent at this point. I think all we need to do basically is now knock out Conkeldurr, and if we reset the Intimidate, I think Hail plus Life Orb plus Mach Punch will just get the KO onto it, assuming it attacks. We could even double up onto my Lodic here this next turn. Let's see. We have a lot of options here, honestly. So I just want to make sure I make the best one. Trick Room was really good for us in this game, though. Seriously impressive. What I don't want to happen is to get burned. Because I think Excadrill should probably protect here. I'm thinking of just doubling up onto my Lodic with Thunder Punch and Leaf Storm. That might not have been the best play though, because I can miss Leaf Storm, I guess. Oh, my Lodic goes for a double, and it doesn't get it, okay. Excadrill, nice, nice, perfect. Yeah, I think in that position, it might be better for my opponent to just try to attack with one Pokemon. Let's see how much Thunder Punch and Leaf Storm do. I assume it KOs. Yeah, this Conkeldurr, even Intimidated, is doing so much damage. And we hit Leaf Storm, beautiful. Nice. Yeah, this was a full-on just Trick Room mode destroying the team. And yeah, I think Flygon was actually a good pick here. Especially if like that special attack drop didn't happen, the Excadrill would have been in KO range, like I said, from anything. Yeah, I wasn't sure if Steel Spike was KOing us, but this Flygon, I mean, Flygon in general is not exactly like the tankiest Pokemon, so yeah, we can just Ice Shard and Mach Punch now. And with Focus Sash, we'll be able to win. We also have Jellicent in the back, so not much my opponent can really do. Let's see if Ice Shard plus Mach Punch KO. I'm not sure if it does. I think Excadrill might hang on with a sliver of HP, but no, this Conkeldurr was so good, man. Yeah, I think fighting types in general are definitely really good, especially because on that last team, you saw how good Snorlax was. And having a strong fighting type that can just stick around for a long time and dish out consistent damage is really strong. So This one, not the Guts variant, so have to play a little bit more careful around Will-O-Wisp, but you can get a lot of good consistent damage off. So yeah, let's play a third game with this team. I'm loving this team so far. It's so fun. So thanks again to the creator for building it. That actually puts us at 50th, so we're in the top 50 now. Let's see if we can stay up here. I think, this team definitely has a lot of dimensions to it, but as you see, only one Pokemon has Protect, which always makes things a little bit scarier. And we're going up against, I think, James Evans again. So we played him 2 episodes back. He is the 2018 Senior Division World Champion, and he's aged up to Masters, and he's been a phenomenal player. So we got a rematch against him, but this time using a completely different team. And how the heck do I play this? What do I do? What do I do? Like, Rotom Heat's obviously a really big problem for this team, so I have to be careful about that. I'm thinking leading Flygon again. Flygon Rotom is actually kind of an interesting lead, where if my opponent leads like Mimikyu, I can double up into that. I think I need Abomasnow, especially because he's got Gastrodon. But this is just kind of gross because I want Duraludon. I want everything, honestly. I mean, how could I not bring Conkeldurr into this matchup, right? Do I really not bring Jellicent? I guess because of Hydro Pump, if I don't knock out Gastrodon, it's not really doing any damage. It's just that it allows me to set up Trick Room. So by going with this mode, I'm saying I'm not going to go set up Trick Room. But the thing is that Jellicent's just so weak to everything on his side. This one's tough. I think... Yeah, we'll see. A lot of the things with trying out a new team is you kind of have to just grind out some games and see how they go and then get some experience from them. So for me, it's like, especially when I'm trying out a new team, whether it's a team I built or someone else's team, like, you're not going to do a great job in team preview early on probably. And that's why losing is always really good, honestly. You get a lot of good experience from it, and you can figure out where you can improve in. Okay, this actually isn't too bad, I think. I really want to Volt Switch Draco. I guess Rotom isn't a big threat, right? I mean, the question is, does Earth Power knock out Mimikyu? I don't think it does. If we can knock out Rotom, that really paves the way for the rest of our team. So perhaps I just Draco and Volt Switch. The problem is that this is so easily predictable, and you can just protect Rotom. Okay, I'm expecting Mimi Dynamax, but let's see. If Mimi Dynamax's Rotom doesn't protect, we break Disguise and knock out Rotom. I think that's a favorable turn. But yeah, this is a problem, right? With Jellicent, like, I don't have Ghost Resist, so Mimikyu would just knock out Jellicent pretty easily. Which obviously isn't ideal. Okay, no Protect from Rotom, so I wonder if Specs Draco knocks out this Rotom Heat. I'm honestly not sure. So we break Disguise. It's going to take a little bit of damage. Yeah, so I'm glad I didn't double up on Mimikyu because of the Dynamax coming out. Guess I'll bring out Conkeldurr here. Neither of these two Pokemon are great to bring out, to be honest. Like, Duraludon, I guess, would have been the best if I brought it this game. Okay. Draco connects. Is this enough to knock out? This is Specs Modest. Or I think it's Timid, so if we were Modest, it would have KO. But the thing is, you don't want to run a Modest Flygon, because then you're so much slower than everything. Okay, Max Starfall into Flygon, yeah. That was really darn close. Like, if we got the knockout there, I think this is a pretty good trade. Although it means that he can't Will-O-Wisp plus now, at least, onto Conkeldurr. But Dynamax Mimikyu is a huge threat against this entire team. I think, like, maybe I needed to bring Duraludon for it. Volt Switch? It's just Overheat, okay. Well, it's not the end of the world, I guess. That does so much still, though. Yeah, the problem is, like, I don't really like Dynamaxing neither Abomasnow nor the Rotom. I guess I bring out Rotom here, but... You can very easily just Starfall, right, into Conkeldurr. And I need to conserve Conkeldurr for the guys in the back, so I guess I just Blizzard here and swap out into Abomasnow. Yeah. The thing with knocking out Rotom there is it forces him to bring something out, and then we get to, like, you probably don't bring Tyranitar out, so you bring whatever's not Tyranitar. I presume, like, he brought Gastrodon into this game, but nice play turn 1. Not sure what could have been a better lead for me against this combo, though. Like, I don't think Jellicent is the answer. It gets destroyed by both of these in terms of super effective hits. Maybe Duraludon, but then Duraludon takes so much from an overheat from Rotom anyway. Alright, looks like he's staying in with both Pokemon, though, which is good, so we'll at least be able to knock out Rotom and get some damage on the Mimikyu, but the problem is Dynamax Mimikyu is such a big threat. And yeah, Blizzard's not really doing much against it. And now Tyranitar can come in, which is bad. Yep, Max Starfall coming out, probably into the Conkeldurr slot, yep. Yeah, this Mimikyu is a big problem. What is on this team that's good to beat Dynamax Mimikyu? Duraludon. I think maybe Dynamax Duraludon was the approach in this game, and I needed to think about that a little bit harder. Hitmontop comes out, okay. This is still winnable, especially if there's no sand in the back. What is the approach to winning this? The first question is, does Hitmontop fake out here? I mean, probably. You could just close combat, I guess. I do have Trick. But I don't know if that's really the move to go for. Dynamax? Max Hailstorm? What's his best play? I mean, we're Scarfed right now, so we'll at least attack first with Rotom, but I think you just close combat and target Abomasnow. So maybe I need to try to knock out Hitmontop here. Like, I doubt Ice Shard plus Dynamax knocks it out, but if it does, it also, I don't know if it's eject button Hitmontop. That could be interesting. But unfortunately, I think I need a Dynamax. Yeah, I think the Pokemon you probably want to Dynamax with this team are normally Duraludon and Flygon, because they're like the more offensive hitters, and like Abomasnow doesn't get much off Dynamax. Jelly kind of could, but not really much. And Rotom, you really want to conserve your Scarf here. So yeah, definitely learned some lessons from this one. I think James came up with a really good lead. And no surprise, I mean, he is a world champ. Fake Out did come out. Oh, that makes sense too. Yeah, actually, then we're probably screwed here, because now Mimikyu is just going to outspeed us, because we don't have Scarf anymore. Although, we actually took that better than I expected. But we still, yeah, I think we've lost now, because we didn't target down Mimikyu. If we targeted Mimikyu here, maybe we could have won, but I was just really worried about the close combat, for whatever reason. Hailstorm does good damage there. This is a position where, yeah, I actually really wish I didn't Dynamax. If I didn't, then I could have just clicked Blizzard, and then both Pokemon would revert back to normal form, so maybe not a great decision to Dynamax. I Dynamax to survive, basically, but in this case, I actually think not Dynamaxing is better. Comes down to what his last one is, but I think whatever it is, it should be able to beat me, unless he misses a Play Rough now onto the Conkeldurr, because I'm going to Mach Punch the Hitmontop. And Hailstorm Mimikyu. Yeah, I shouldn't have Dynamaxed, I guess. I mean, Hitmontop could have Wide Guard. Okay, so Mach Punch gets a KO. This is still close, but I think he definitely just brought really good Pokemon. Play Rough! It does connect, okay. Then that should be game. I'm assuming the last one is going to be... I mean, if it's Gastrodon, that would be interesting. If it's Tyranitar, we're definitely done for, though, and I assumed it was. Though he didn't switch in at any point, so I don't know. I don't know if it was Tyranitar. Let's see. I mean, it's going to be Tyranitar, Excadrill, or Gastrodon. I don't think I have a good matchup against any of those, to be honest. Gastrodon is probably the best case. It's Tyranitar, okay, yeah. So, had we Blizzarded, I think he probably would have switched out into Tyranitar the following turn, so we would needed to hit Blizzard outside. Although, no, we could have Dynamaxed the following turn, so yeah, I think I actually really could have won this if I played a little bit better with my decision to Dynamax. I'm at -1 defense. I'm pretty sure Rock Slide just KOs me, but I guess I go for a Rock Slide miss here. Go for a Hailstorm, Hails back up, and then protect Blizzard. Or I can't protect, I guess I just have the Blizzard. Wow, it actually does good damage. I think single target Blizzard might KO. Actually, no, what am I saying? Blizzard does less than Hailstorm, so it won't. He is going for superpower, okay. And that gets the KO. Yeah, good game, James. I think Sand is definitely a little tough to go up against in the first place, but I think Pokemon choice-wise, we were actually alright. I just needed to play a little bit better around the Mimikyu. And yeah, if I just didn't Dynamax that turn and Blizzarded, I guess I would have taken so much damage, but then the following turn I can just click Blizzard, and if we hit the Blizzard against Mimikyu, we probably just win there, but then we have to worry about Wide Guard from Hitmontop as well, so definitely would have had some mind games, but I think, yeah, the team matchup isn't amazing, and he played super smart as well by Dynamaxing Mimikyu turn 1, plus missing the knockout early on Rotom made things a little harder as well, so I don't know what the damage roll on that was, but definitely a fun one. I think that was probably Specs Rotom, given Overheat's damage output against Conkeldurr, but hard to say for sure. So yeah, definitely a fun episode to kick off this team with. Go check out James. He's also linked in the description below if you want to follow him. Like I said, 2018 Seniors World Champ. You're going to be seeing a lot more of him in the next year, I'm sure. And please go follow the original creator of this team, and feel free to try out this team yourself. All the details are linked in the description below as well. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this one, because I had a lot of fun playing with it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.